Scouting all over the world runs on a single theme of family and friendship. Wherever you go in the world, that if you were recognised or introduced as a scout to another scout, you are a member of a big family.
Nile 2010 is the project belonging to a group of scouts from the 38th Bournemouth Scouts and Avon Explorers group. It involves around 40 scouts and their leaders who will visit Uganda next year to help build a vocational training centre in Jinja, southern Uganda. ICM is supporting the trip and has pledged the money to buy a brick building machine to help construct the centre. ICM Communications joined the scout leaders when they visited the country for a recce.
Nile 2010 is a project of 38th Bournemouth Scouts and Avon Explorer Scouts, and we're undertaking a project in Uganda, and we're going to be undertaking building a centre for orphans and vulnerable children.
And what's the purpose of this trip?
The purpose of this trip is a recce to try and suss out exactly who we're meeting, where we're going to be building it, and the logistics of it all, sorting out banks and meeting people, and the whole 9 yards of making it work.
For part of the trip, we stayed at the Wenda campsite in Jinja, situated by the River Nile. Originally built by Avon Scouts as part of a 10-year project, this will be where the Bournemouth Scouts stay next year once they have raised the £100,000 needed for the project. And how are the Scouts funding the trip?
Numerous different things, fantastic numbers of different things. We each, as team leaders, are responsible for a number of our young people, and they're going out doing absolutely anything. They're talking with their schools, getting their schools involved with dress down days, etc. They're washing cars, they're doing jobs for absolutely everybody. They are working fantastically hard for this.
Funding for the trip is also being provided by the public and local organisations, including ICM. Mike told me about the supports the project had already received.
We've had absolutely amazing support from the church that we're involved in, with the public generally, with organisations like your own, ICM. I think they've been quite inspired by what we're trying to achieve here, but it's quite humbling actually when, for example, before we came away, a gentleman who was a scout in the 1940s, he went to the World Jamboree in France in 1947 and doesn't know anything about us at all, but just happened to read in the newspaper about what we were trying to achieve and sent us, well, £100, which is a substantial donation. So yeah, we really have been humbled by the support that we've received from the very wide community within Bournemouth.
Richard Simwagwareri of the Ugandan Scouts was looking forward to welcoming the Scouts from the UK.
We want to entertain the younger Scouts who are coming out next year to achieve their goals, because their goals will be to come here, have an interaction with the younger Ugandan Scouts, learn the cultures of each other, exchange ideas, and then maybe addresses and emails. And then they will go for the Explorer Belt. The UK Scouts will also learn, and they will experience the real African life, because they will move out to the villages. They will see how an African culture is in Uganda. And then the long term is having that vocational institute put in place. And I think the vocational institute being the long-term objective is going to put a milestone on the campsite.
Not only will the UK Scouts experience a different country and culture, the trip will also be a lot of fun as well. Some of the older Scouts will be taking their Explorer belt alongside their fellow Ugandan Scouts, while everyone will visit the source of the Nile, which starts in Uganda and flows for over 4,000 miles. There will also be the exciting opportunity to ride the rapids at Bujagali Falls. The hard work, dedication and enthusiasm of the Scout leaders, and everybody involved in the project, is clearly evident and will ensure that the Nile 2010 project benefits everyone and lasts a lifetime.
And as Baden-Powell said, if you can leave this world a better place than you arrived in, then you've done so.